Daily Cannon, it's an honor, privilege, and a pleasure. Once again, we always like to highlight the incredible new artists and a young lady that is making waves globally, all the way from up top, the T. Toronto, signed to the Weeknd's XO Records, making so much noise right now. And it's an honor coming down here. This is probably one of her first interviews where she gets to go live. Beautiful spirit, great energy, great music. Please welcome Chxrry22. What's good?
Hey guys.
So, I mean, we got to hear the origin story of the superhero that you are. Tell me about your come up Toronto and then how you got signed to EXO.
So I was always the girl who could sing. I was always singing in church, birthdays, you name it. Got older, went to school. I went to 1 semester of university. Immediately was like, this is not for me. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Can I swear?
Yeah, of course. Say that
okay,
shit.
I was like, I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. And then I dropped out, but I would still go to school. And so one day I went, because all my friends were there. So I was like, what do I do all day? So I went and I was like, can you take my picture? And she was like, why don't you make a singing video? So then I made a singing video. I sang Work by Rihanna.
Right.
And it went viral. And at that time, it like meant something. This was like 2018, 2017. And then people started reaching out. They were like, do you make music? Like, who are you from? And then I did another one because I was like, oh my God, I'm famous. I gotta keep this up.
You gotta keep going.
So I did it again, and then it went more viral, and then started making music like full time. And then I put out a song. Cash heard it.
Right. Shouts out to Cash.
Yeah.
EXO.
Period. And then he heard it. He DM'd me from his business page. At the time, he didn't have his own Instagram.
Right.
So he was like, I manage the Weeknd. Like, I love to sign you. And I was like, is this a prank?
I was gonna say, did you believe that? Like,
No,
some random
I
person
didn't.
says they manage the Weeknd and they want to sign you?
No, I didn't. I only believed it because I saw Travis Scott followed the page.
Oh, okay. It must be
This
official.
has to be legit.
Right.
And then, yeah, from there, it was just.
And then from there, it's been the sky's the limit. So, I mean, that's literally a Cinderella story.
For real.
That
Yeah.
doesn't happen, especially in, one thing I noticed, like, artists from Toronto, they stick together. And I know
Yeah.
Cash, I know Sal, and all those guys really well, and they really like to put on for their community. And they also like to put on for their, I want to talk about the connection culturally. You know what I mean? Because one, up in Toronto and Canada specifically, there's so many different ethnicities and melting pots. And what I love about EXO specifically is it's so diverse. What is your, so, for those that don't know, what is your ethnicity? And isn't there a connection between what you are and what Abel is? And please talk about that.
So I'm Ethiopian.
Yes.
I knew it.
You knew it?
I looked at you and I was like, she's Ethiopian, but I was like, but maybe she's not, because I try not to, like,
Because you could be Eritrean,
Right.
you could be, like.
tricky, but I knew it. Yes, okay.
Okay, good.
Let's talk about
Good.
this.
I
I
get
see.
The
happy.
origins of Jesus.
Yeah.
I get happy when people like know what I am.
Yeah,
People say
yeah.
everything.
Oh, really?
I've seen everything. Some people are like, is she even black to be saying?
You
know, and
the
I'm
core.
like-
You from the motherland.
Right, that's crazy.
Right? So I'm Ethiopian. He's Ethiopian.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know.
You didn't
he was
know that Abel was
Ethiopian.
Ethiopian?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, he is. So
Huh.
the community, the Ethiopian community in Toronto is really tight knit because a lot of our parents migrated to Canada. Is that the
Okay.
word? Yeah.
Yeah,
migrated to
yeah.
Canada at the
Yeah.
same time. So they stuck together, and I think there's 3 main churches where they all kind of
Oh, really?
wow.
linked up. Yeah.
Wow.
So a lot of us grew up together, or you either went to one of the churches.
Do you know the community? Right.
So I know the church that he went to. I went to the other one.
Oh, okay.
So we never met as
paths.
kids or anything, but our moms knew each other.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
That's
And
crazy.
we didn't find out till now.
Wow.
And he was like, "Yeah, my mom
That's
knows your mom."
dope.
That's so amazing.
Yeah. So that it was just like.
And then let's
it
talk
was
about that
fate.
though. So to be, I mean, obviously, The Weeknd is taking it. He's the biggest artist in the
Biggest
world.
artist in the world.
But putting on for the Ethiopian culture. But to be a woman,
Yeah. Big deal.
and getting this opportunity, and even from there's a lot of cultural things that even being an Ethiopian woman
Yeah.
that sometimes, or what I've learned, that in the culture that the women aren't supposed to be
Yeah,
put
you
out.
can say it. It's true.
I'm
You
trying
can
to be
say it.
careful, but it's like the fact that you are really going to be a pioneer and one of the first Ethiopian women
Yeah.
to be
Wow.
an artist and put out there this way. I mean, tell me about that in this journey.
It's a lot. It's a big responsibility because I know that growing up, music was really looked down on. Like I even remember when like he became The Weeknd. It was like, like like everyone's proud of you because it's like
Success.
the
Yeah.
impossible,
But
but it's very like
it's the devil's work.
uncommon. It's just like very uncommon, and like within our community, it's like you go to school and you be a doctor or a lawyer or something else. So they don't really encourage like creativity and like artistry or anything like that. So he definitely paved the way for an entire.
And now
like,
you're paving the
ethnicity.
way as
and
a
so for
woman.
So for me, it's like, and we talk about this often. He's, like I want to be like not the face, because there are a lot of amazing Ethiopian female acts coming up.
Right.
There's a lot. So I just want to be one of them, and I just want to like encourage other Ethiopian girls to do music. Like it's fire. You should do it.
And like I said, you're
should do
signed
it.
to biggest artists in the world.
Yeah.
So you have the opportunity, and I mean, everything that even that EXO got going on with
Yeah.
all the different artists, and just that it's a real movement
Mhm.
going on there. And I mean, tour, like being
Yeah.
able, like tell me about that.
Yeah.
So like when I first started making my project, I didn't know I was gonna go on tour with him. I didn't even know he'd ask me to go on tour. Like, so when I went into it, I was like, I want to make big records. I want to make bigger records. And I think I almost like manifested it, because when he asked me, I was like, oh my God, thank God I wasn't making like super slow, sad songs only, because it worked out. But no, I just can't believe it. Like if you asked me years ago, like, do you think you'll open up for the biggest artists in the world in stadiums for your first tour? I'd be like, no.
What was that
Absolutely
like?
not.
And
your
now, like
first
now, you're
time?
going to Australia, right? That's
Yeah.
the next leg of it.
Yeah, Australia.
You ever been there?
Never.
And would you say, Corey? I didn't mean to cut
What
you.
was that like? Like just to go on that stage? Had you ever performed? You haven't performed in front of that many people before.
I've done 3 shows so far, like 3 small shows. So this is like about to be my first.
Oh, this
tour.
Yeah, so she's going.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm going.
snap.
So it's
Yeah.
about to be my first.
That's
tour
exciting.
ever.
Are
I
you
know.
nervous? Are
I have
you
days.
ready?
I have days. Sometimes, like I went home recently for the holidays because we just had Thanksgiving in Toronto, and everybody was like, "Are you so excited?" And I was like, "Yeah, but you guys are making me feel nervous." Like,
yeah.
I try not to make anything too big of a deal in my mind.
Is your mom excited for you?
My mom passed away when I was 14,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Dang
but
gum.
she's probably excited.
I'm sure
That the
she's-
spirit is on
Probably
you. And that,
really excited.
so in that sense, because I mean, I really like I like taking, I won't say ownership. I like knowing people before they become,
Mhm.
the biggest artist in the world. I remember sitting down and meeting Abel early on. I remember, talking to Drake before anybody knew who he was. And it's interesting to see people before they get ready to go on their first tour. It's interesting to see when they got a song just popping. And you see the humbleness. You see the story about who they are and what it's all becoming. And I got a feeling, I mean, just based off of your setup and who you're with, that
Yeah.
next year when we see you and all the things, that you're gonna be one of those artists that, oh man, we gotta see if we could get Chxrry22. We gotta see if we like the journey. How do you think you're gonna remain the same person that you are right now, regardless of all the success that's gonna come?
Oh, easy, my family.
Really?
They'll be there to like humble me. I don't think
Aw.
I think me like I don't is it called imposter syndrome,
Mhm.
where you just don't even really realize what's going on, or you don't think it's real. I think that's just
That's where
how
you
I
walking
am.
right
Yeah,
now.
that's how I am as a person. I never get too
Excited.
excited because I'm like, this could just be
Yeah, it could be snatched
pulled
away.
right from my
Yeah.
enemy.
And it
So
says that your vulnerability is your superpower.
yeah,
You believe like so you just because I mean even in the songs that we've heard, it's just like you just putting it out there. It's a vibe.
Yeah,
So
it's just-
are you really that living your life out there is gonna be what it's gonna be?
yeah.
You're gonna leave it all in the music.
Yeah, and I feel like I've always been like that. I've always said like what you shouldn't say or done what you shouldn't do. So for me, it was easy making music about like what I've been through or how I feel or because I'm just like I've always been like this. I've always been really outspoken.
And you would consider your music R&B, right?
yeah.
It's all right, because I mean that's the thing. Even though it's hard to like, I wouldn't consider the Weeknd R&B, but I don't know if he considers himself R&B because when
I think
you
now he's a pop star for sure.
yeah I think a pop star is what you evolve to when you become the biggest
Yeah.
artist in the world. But I'm like at the core to his music, he was always vulnerable. He was all like he was always talking about things that you didn't hear in that melody of what he was going through, from his beginnings to as he evolved and he relationships, and drugs, and life in the streets and all that stuff, and it connected in a way to now it's commercial, but he was always a vulnerable artist. So as take the singer part away, but the songwriter, what is it that you feel like your message is supposed to be in your music?
My message is definitely confidence. I feel like my perspective in general is not always very ladylike. It's I'm usually the perpetrator and like the problem.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds like
queen.
side chick energy.
She's
Wait,
a
hold up.
toxic queen.
And so for me, it's like, I think my perspective is what makes my music what it is. And I think I don't have a problem being honest about being
Tell me more.
the
Right.
bad
About
person.
being.
So you on demon time is what?
I'm an Aries. So for me, it's
God, that makes
sometimes
all the sense in the world now.
Yeah, I'm just like a little destructive, a little
Well,
kid.
But I always say,
little-
who else are Aries? Like some of the biggest women stars in the world are Aries. From
I was born on the same day as Aretha Franklin.
that's what's the Aretha Franklin,
oh yeah,
Mariah
she was good
Carey,
and toxic.
Celine
Yes,
Dion,
that's my queen.
Billie
Mariah.
Holiday, like the Aries, like Lady Gaga, like so. Even more reason where it's like your trajectory is gonna be crazy in this space. Tell me about the name Chxrry22.
So it's Chxrry22.
Oh, so why they told me it was 22? It's 22.
It's 22. So my mom's name is Tutu. So
Oh.
I wanted to add.
So that's where the
22.
two. Okay.
Yeah.
And now her God-given name is
Yeah,
Tutu.
yeah,
What
yeah.
does it mean?
It's technically like her family name.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't really. It doesn't have a meaning. Everyone called her Tuti.
Oh, okay.
Too. So
So to honor your mom,
yeah.
That's beautiful.
but then like, do you
Yeah.
carry a 22 like gun on you as well?
No.
Is gangster shit?
Maybe. And then the Chxrry, it was just like my Finsta name.
Really?
Yeah. I was like.
So your artist name that you're gonna be known for the rest of your life was your Finsta name.
Yeah, because it was the name I always like wanted.
Really?
You know, when you're younger, this might be crazy to say on air, but when you're younger, like you play games and you're like, oh, if I was a stripper, my name would be this.
Yeah.
So mine was Chxrry, and I always say that if I was a stripper, my name would be Chxrry.
I know that's right.
So it became my Finsta name, and then when I wanted to change my name, I was like 100% Chxrry. It's just me.
Chxrry22. It's an amazing name. I can definitely see it's gonna be branded everywhere. Like shouts out to EXO, shouts out to Sal, Cash, everybody over there. Ladies, do you guys have any questions for Chxrry?
I want to know where you got your outfit from.
I
The
mean,
whole thing
fly.
is super cute.
She is so
The
fly.
nails,
Thank you,
everything.
boo. My shoes are Balenciaga.
I knew that. I clocked that. I said, ooh.
These were a pretty penny too, and I paid for
I'm
them
sure,
myself.
girl.
I was like, I was like, So my jeans are blue marine,
Okay.
and my shirt is Jaded London. Shout out to Jaded London. They sent me this.
Cute.
Nice.
Very
nice.
cute.
Love it. Are you dating?
I do have a boyfriend.
Oh.
Are you like because you say you're vulnerable? Are you gonna be like out
Yeah, are
there
you toxic
talking
with your
about it, or
boyfriend?
are they trying to tell you gotta pretend like you're single, or you like, nah, I'm in a relationship and it is what it is?
I'm just private. I feel like in general, like that's like the
So you
own with
sacred, not
me.
you sacred, not secret. You keep it sacred, not secret.
Because if I was really out there, like in general, I just feel like it
You're
would
not
be-
concerned though, like getting like you're gonna be around. I mean, obviously you're already around
Yeah,
the
you're
weekend,
around
but
a
you're
lot
gonna be
of
around all of the most successful. Everybody gonna be in your
Big
DMs.
baller, spender haulers.
Are you not concerned that, or is your boyfriend not concerned that all these NBA players gonna be at you, these actors?
Well, we
these-
don't know. Is her boyfriend famous?
He's a photographer. He's
Oh,
he's
so he got
definitely
a lot of
big
shit going on,
photographer.
too.
Yeah,
Is
he's
it-
not
'cause
a
we know
nobody.
about the
Oh, that's right. No
photographers.
photographers.
We
get
know about the
crazy.
photographers. Nah, I ain't gonna hate.
he's
Shouts
doing-
out to your boyfriend,
Ah,
but the photographers can get the ladies.
No, he's a big photographer. He's doing well for himself. But
Out of
I
Toronto,
think-
you guys met before this,
No,
or
we met when I was in Atlanta. I spent a lot of years in Atlanta.
oh really?
So I went I did a year in Toronto making music, and then I met my management, and I just was in Atlanta for like 6 years. So
Oh, wow.
a lot of like my development
Base.
happened in Atlanta.
How
So
long
it's,
you?
like,
I mean,
second
because I want to get too much into your personal business, but how long
Uh-huh.
you been in your relationship?
like a year and a half.
Oh, so it's real.
Yeah.
It ain't that. I mean, it's
That
cute.
is real.
It's
because
cute.
if she's been
Grown. Like I'm not.
Like, yeah, it's
I
cute.
don't even get
That's,
excited.
you know, they still happy.
a year and a half.
Still happy.
That's yeah.
That's cute.
Well,
What about you guys?
Oh,
A
girl.
successful relationship is a year and a half.
I ain't got
Yeah.
no man, but I
but
got niggas.
this my baby mama. this the mother of my 3 children.
Wow.
So I mean, we for life over here. Even when she,
Oh, I love
even
that.
when she over me,
Yeah.
and
She's like rolling her eyes. She's like,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever, nigga. You wrap it up.
Mixing business with family could be a bit tricky.
A little
but we do it every morning.
I love that.
There,
You
it's
gotta see him the next day.
every.
I gotta see him same day. too. I gotta see my kids' faces look like their daddy too. It's never ending. I gotta
Can't
see him. I can't escape him.
And
Can't escape it.
but yeah, we live our life out loud, and that's the thing. One of the things that I respect about your journey, and even reading up on you, and even the records that we're gonna play again today. It's just you seem like a real person, and
I try to
She
be.
is a real person.
I know, I
Meg.
try
She's
to
a
be
real
real
let's
person
not act like there's
with
not people
real
who come sit
emotions.
right there and
and they're
be,
just like really like,
we don't know who they are. Yeah,
Well,
like
that's the beauty of being number one, a female, and number two, an artist. She can give us what she wants and
Yeah.
when she doesn't want to. And clearly, she came in a great mood because she's giving us what we want.
She
And that's
giving.
the real vulnerable Chxrry22.
It's okay. You know what? I've heard it all.
Do you have a big family?
I don't.
You don't.
I really don't. I have. I was raised by my dad, and then I have 2 brothers, older brothers.
oh, so you know the game. You
Yeah.
a house
I know,
full of
I've
guys.
Seen it all. I've seen it all.
I love that.
And that's it. It was just the 3 of us.
Chxrry22, you got we got a few records here that we want to drop before we get out of here. Do we want to play more, or what record should we play?
We should play more. Yes.
Tell me about this record before we get into it. How did it come about, and why is this the one that we all should be paying attention to?
More is a feel-good record. I wrote it with my friend on a random day in LA. I love it. It's for you when you're out. It's for you when you're driving. It's about being that girl and just knowing your worth and not settling for anything. And not letting people waste your time. Don't let people waste your time. Time is money.
There it is. About that more right here on the Daily Canon. It's Chxrry22. Thank you so much for
Thanks
coming
for
in
having
here.
me, guys. Nick, what's your sign?
I'm a Libra. What?
You're my sister.
Why you
No,
whoa? Why would you roll your eyes?
No, I take that back. You're my sister sign.
Thank you. We're balanced.
But you guys lie. Right?
They do call us Libras.
Before I knew it, I was in a conglomerate of baby mamas. So you know,
They call
happens.
they call us Libras. I think I'm an omitter. I don't lie. I leave things
You
out.
guys Taylor.
Yeah, Taylor.
Taylor.
She said, "You better. I said some trauma over there. That's lying." I ain't gonna attack me this morning. All right.
That's right, Nick.
I'm gonna give it to God. This has been fun. We wish you nothing but the best. You have such a great spirit, and I know you're gonna put on for your culture. You're gonna put on for your city. You're gonna put on for your team. It's Chxrry22 right here on the Daily Canon.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank
you.